Hi, my name is Anna Arredondo, and I played a lead role in the production of A Freaky Friday. Our team of 4 came together to wield this story into what it is today, a reflection on modern society. In society, our film challenges social norms and the aspiration to be someone you're not. Freaky Friday is not only a comedic expression of living the life of another, it is a reflection on the deeply rooted problem in society, the oppression of social groups based on stereotypes. One of the main issues in modern society is how people want to become somebody else. So we decided to do Freaky Friday because many people, especially students, wish they had more money, more student loans, more scholarships, and they see people that are better than them, and they want to be them. And sometimes that really isn't what is the correct thing to do, because then you don't have all those experience that you had, and the struggles make you who you are. Like, all of your flaws and everything that you go through, it happens for a reason. Okay, so now I'm going to start the video, and I'm going to strategically pause it so you guys can understand why we did certain things.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, today's gonna be a great day. That is just perfect.
So, we decided to do that scene because it really sets you up for the whole notion of, I want to be somebody else because my life is hard. Where the character, which is Mr. Fulton, which is our teacher, when he says today is going to be a great day, that is actually his inner thoughts, because we thought the viewer and the character could bond if the viewer saw what the struggles that the character was going through. With that being said, I think that our film is definitely geared towards students in high school as well as teachers, and I feel it'd be a great video to make them understand that being yourself is the best version of you that you can be, and that you don't have to try to be someone else just because you think that they have better stuff than you, or you think they're better than you, because you don't really need that. And I think that this video can be used in different ways in the real world. Since it is a comedy, it could be used on different late night shows and different TV shows like SNL, Seinfeld, The Office, or it can be reenacted in the late night show with Jimmy Fallon or James Corden. And now I will continue with the video.
Hey guys. Hey. Oh yeah, Liz, there's a donut for you. Do you want it? Wait, what? Yeah, I want it. I don't know, my parents don't allow you. I don't even have a pet though.
So that scene was actually the one scene where we did a whole bunch of different camera angles and different things that I personally put my opinion in, because we did a sort of over-the-shoulder perspective, we did a wide shot, we also did a inner thought in there, and it really came together nicely. And this is really where our skills were distinguished, because Emma went ahead and produced, and Balbina edited, and I went ahead and did all the camera work, and we each took a lead role, even though we all did equally and put our film together. Emma was actually the lead producer, and she made sure that we all stayed on task and focused during the duration of the video. And Kara took a lead in making the script using her good writing and English skills, and I took a lead on working the camera and making all the angles and making sure that it was focused and always clear. And and Balbina lastly did all the editing to the film, because the rest of the group, we sort of didn't know how to edit because we had never seen or worked with the software. So Balbina took the lead on that and really made the video flow nicely, and she made sure that the video looked as best as it could, and she did a fantastic job. So now let's continue with the video.
AICE. Sweet. Jeez, is this a dream? Wake up! Ugh, didn't work. Maybe if I hit harder.
So right there was our scene when our student, Kyriakos, noticed that he was in a different body. And with it's Mr. Fulton, the teacher, inside of his body. And we basically decided to do this is where we added our comedical effect where he's like, oh my God, like inside his head, inner thoughts. Again, another way to connect the viewer with the character. And he said, oh my God, is this a dream? And he goes, maybe if I hit myself. So this is when he hits himself, and then we do another another angle, and he does it on the other side, and that's when he's like, oh my God, this isn't a dream, this is real life. And we decided to do this scene a little differently than the other ones. So we changed scenery was the first thing. The second thing is that he looks in his rearview mirror, and he hits himself, and he does the comedic effect. And the thing that distinguishes it from all of our other scenes is that it does point of view, wide view, and motion in the same scene. So let's continue.
Oh my God.
What the? Wow, I'm Mr. Fulton. I look good. Might even get some food out of this.
So that is actually another scene when this time Mr. Fulton notices that he's not in his own body. So it's Kyriakos, the student, inside Mr. Fulton's body. And this one, the little voice change that you heard in there, we had to distinguish Kyriakos' voice and Fulton's voice because they are two males that sound similarly the same. So we actually high-pitched his voice. We made a decision to do that so you could distinguish them. And so you can tell that when we do inner thoughts with Kyriakos, which is the high-pitched voice, you can tell the difference between him and Fulton. And we also did a mirror shot. We did a wide view shot. We did a shot from an angle with him walking out the car. And then we did another shot with him walking away from the car, all at different angles, which I thought that was pretty cool. And that was a big part of our movie, is doing the different angles. Definitely at this point in our project, we definitely got very familiar with what we were doing. Emma got better at producing. Kara wrote a fantastic script that she kept changing to make it better. Balbina's editing became faster, and my camera work with the different angles became more fluent. So I brought more angles to the table, and we did different shots. This is why you see more angles at the end of the film than in the beginning of the film. And I understood how to use the camera better than ever, and I was familiar with what I was doing, and the group also came, and like I said before, we all put in together this amazing this product that was really cool. And like I previously mentioned, I took the part in the camera, and the main softwares that we used were Photoshop and Video Editor on Balbina's Mac. This is what we thought would be best and would help us create our film better. We only use two softwares to make it easier. One, to keep track of all of the information, and two, to organize it better. However, we do now understand that it was an error that we did for only using two, but we could have made more, and to make the video look a little bit smoother. And now let's get back into the video and see what the ending looks like.
I don't have to do anything.
You've been really tired. Is everything alright?
I wonder if they suspect anything.
He's acting weird.
Yeah, I'm fine. I gotta finish next period.
So this is where they are, living in each other's lives. We mainly focused on Kyriakos, and we decided to do that because, I feel like students feel like they want to be other people more than teachers do. And, being a student has, stress, especially a senior. They have stress of loans, stress of college, stress of scholarships, just a lot of, things that are hard that make them want to become somebody else. And this film is, geared towards them. So we focused mainly on Kyriakos. And in this part, we did, again, one wide shot, and then we did a lot of different point of views and perspectives. which was, I thought, really cool. So let's continue to the end.
Fulton?
Hey, who cut the lights?
So that was actually the last scene of the video, and we decided to do a wide panel of both Kyriakos and Fulton. Kyriakos walking in, and then we did an over-the-shoulder of Kyriakos when he was talking to Mr. Fulton, and then Mr. Fulton noticing that it's him. So this is sort of like the confrontation at the end that was funny, and that little part you heard at the end that where he said, "Hey, who turned down the lights?" That was actually a comedical effect of after the film has ended. It's sort of like a suspension, and it was sort of our way of ending our little 2-minute film of like, oh my god, like who turned down the lights? This was supposed to continue. It's sort of like a signification that it was a continuation. And I had a lot of fun doing this project, and I know all of my team did wonderful, and we all worked together. We obviously could have made it better. There were some, errors. Definitely could have used more softwares to make it flow better. Definitely could have had more sound effects that we could have made on our own. And definitely could have used a lot more angles, maybe a couple more perspectives here and there. But overall, I really like this film, and I hope you enjoy it too. Thank you.